And we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, crafters.
Yeah.
So we haven't done an F It, we'll do it live in a while.
Yeah.
And I kind of accidentally an army.
Whole army.
So, like, I've already built a little bit of it. Oh, wait. A lot of it, actually.
A lot of it.
I built 3 units of Scutari already.
Hello, Commodore.
Several tech priests. Many tech priests. A tank, and some cataphrons.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
And since I'm trying to clear all the extra boxes from around my area so I can paint a bit easier. What?
No, I was just trying to figure out how tall this guy is, like, compared to like a dude.
You know?
So if you put him and a Space Marine together, who's taller? Oh yeah, okay, a Space Marine is actually taller.
Yeah, that's actually taller. So you need to talk to me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What?
Is it good or bad? So I'm building some cataphrons and I'm building some Iron Striders. So I'm probably not gonna build them all tonight, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But I wanna kinda No, not tonight. I only got a couple hours. I want to dig into the Iron Striders first.
I'm sorry. You do have one assembled.
I do have one assembled, and I screwed up building it because my son distracted me, so I had to go back in and reconstruct the hip.
What did I do?
You just distracted me. It wasn't a big deal, so I didn't really say anything to you. You just distracted me when I was building it, so I misbuilt one of the hips. So I had to go back in and reconstruct it using Sparugu. So I've built one Iron Strider.
They're pretty cool.
And since my army is going to have 5 of them, I'm going to probably build them first. So consider this kind of like an unboxing. Wait a minute. I'll even unbox the newest one. Even though I have kind of come to a conclusion that for the most part, unboxings are kind of dumb. Can you go check and see what is wrong with the midget dog?
Midget dog.
So yeah, I'm working on Commodore stuff to paint it, but I can't paint right now because I don't have enough time, and I want to sit down and work on it like heavily while I'm doing it. So it's really easy to build. And here's the thing. Lady D is going to be leaving next week, Friday, and is going to be gone for 2.5 weeks.
Is it next week Friday? I thought it was this week Friday.
Then, sorry, this Friday, she is leaving. She's going to California, and she's going to be gone for like 2.5 weeks. So I'm going to have a lot of time where I don't have to actually pretend I like her, and I will have plenty of time to do stuff at the bench without ignoring her, or whatever you women call it. So
damn, that's rude. Sir, that is rude.
So while my wife is in California,
not taking photos for Sunday.
You're taking photos of the children.
Wait, what?
You're getting your photo.
When's that happen?
On Sunday.
Yeah, what time?
What time are we doing that?
Because I hope it's after 3.
I don't know. I didn't set this up.
You haven't said anything to me about it. This is the first I've heard about it.
I didn't set this up. Hey, Space Marine Hunter, I didn't set this up. I had nothing to do with it. This is all on your mother.
Wait, which? That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that actually wants to look at you.
Ow. That's rude.
I mean,
You
not
can't
right.
say that kind of stuff.
I can totally
You'll get canceled.
Yeah.
Last time I knew her fam was coming here. Oh.
So you know what? My lovely, intelligent niece, instead of relying on your big dumb uncle, you should message her.
Yeah.
That is a smart idea.
She's the brains in this pairing. It's okay.
That's right. She's the smart and I'm the beauty.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Look at his beard. Look at his beautiful beard. Well, it's more like a goatee. Not really a beard. You look like a supervillain.
Yeah. So here's the thing I've learned about this build, which is really neat. First off, the Iron Strider can be built in one of like two ways. It can either be built as the actual, what I'm using it for, which is...
Attack Priest riding it?
No, there's two things. It can be built as a Dragoon, which is a dude with a long, like, snipe rifle. And no, it's really weird. It's seriously. He's got this long sniper rifle.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about what the Commodore said.
Tina Raven, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, so I'm building it as an Iron Strider Balistrari. And
It's creepy, motherfucker.
I have decided that I'm going to be giving the Commodore a run for his money as far as the most yellow army.
Oh, no.
Because my guys are going to be yellow.
I thought they were going to be lilac.
Yellow.
I thought they were going to be lilac.
I originally was going to do them in a lilac, and then I realized I have 3 purple armies.
But purple's cool, and it fits with.
It
fits with the planet they're from.
But I have 3 purple armies.
No, that's fair. But I'm just
So I'm doing them in yellow. Well, yellow and purple go together.
Yellow and gold. I mean, sorry, purple and gold go together.
Have you seen the yellow I'm using?
No.
Pull it out.
Oh.
It's in the Menards bag.
Oh, okay. No, it's just yellow.
So this is the yellow they were going to start off at.
Yeah, so it's just yellow.
It's called Goldenrod.
Oh. Yeah, but no. Listen, I was going to be the most yellow army originally when I came home. Shut the fuck up, Faye.
Yes, they are.
Because when I was going to run Lamenters, they were going to be the most yellow army.
They were. And then, for whatever reason, you decided not to do yellow.
There's one of the two of them. I see them. I see them in chat. I see them in chat, Father.
Oh, my goodness. Taizo, my boy, has been reaching out to you on Discord because he wants to run a game and he wants to have you and Greg in said game.
If you guys want. I know we talked about it last
Now I want you in the game.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dad wants you in the game. I don't know you guys, but I'd love to have you because Dad said nothing but good things about you guys.
Taizo is Amazeballs.
Oh, that's why. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, Taizo is Amazeballs, and Greg is near and dear to my heart.
I want to run a Dark Heresy game, and I want you two in it. That's what I'm talking about.
So what he's saying is he's going to be running a 40K role-playing game where we're part of the Inquisition.
Yes.
She's an Age of Sigmar player.
Oh, yeah.
She was originally going to play Death Guard, but for some reason, she's disappointed me.
Do you have like Facebook Messenger or something? Something I can put everyone in a group chat together and talk about this stuff with? Or
What I love about the Iron Strider is that the main engine is a dude.
it's all Mechanicus works. It's fucked up.
It's a servitor. At one point, this guy was either a criminal or just bred to be made into machinery. Because having men of iron is heretical. You wouldn't want to have AI.
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. We're trying to figure out, like, we're both figuring out stuff for the game itself, and then we need to figure out what's a good day and time for everybody. Because, like, I can't really do evenings.
You can. If you can't really do evenings, then we can't do this because I work.
Yeah, but weekends are the days that are the best for me. Like, weekends.
Not once you get a job.
That's fair.
By the way, Menards is hiring.
Yeah,
they have a morning stock crew from 5 to 9.
I get it. So it really like depends on what we get everyone to do because my schedule can move. I can make stuff work. It's not like I can't like do some stuff, but like most of the day during the week, evenings don't really work, which does kind of suck. But it, it's a thing.
You cancel some of your other games because they're lame.
My fucking god. Chill.
I mean, is Vay in any of those games?
Vay is in most of those games.
Well, that speaks volumes.
Oof. No, but weekends are the best for me. If you guys like weekends work for you, then that'll be the best.
As long as it's not Saturday mornings, because we don't happen Saturday mornings or Saturday noonish.
Very fair. Very fair.
Got to get this boy working, Tyzo. I went down in the parking lot at the Menards, tried to kill myself. It was bad.
You're bad at walking.
What happened Saturday? 40K day.
That's fair.
There might be some other games that happen on Saturdays, but 40K is the one that matters.
Yes, that's what Ben was saying. Interesting. But no, like the best thing for me would be like Sunday noon forward. But that's like we're talking the best case here.
Wait a minute. Won't you be going to church?
Funny.
Sorry if I offended somebody. I apologize.
Which one's Greg on Discord? So I know.
He's Spinelius.
Okay.
I love the Blight Lords. I am not. Here's the thing. In Age of Sigmar, I don't play Nurgle. Because no reason. I just don't. In Age of Sigmar, the Chaos faction I play, when I get them all finished being painted, are Slanesh. Because I like the pretty ones. They're pretty. Oh, so pretty. La 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 la. You know, I gotta say, in all seriousness, some of these new models have lots and lots and lots and lots
of spindly bits,
especially with the Mechanicus. They have a lot of spindly bits. I have had to actually slow down my building.
Feels like making them like painful to paint too.
Nah. Not painful to paint because,
That's true. And I'm not every weekend. No, don't worry about that. I'm not every weekend. Let's see first. Okay. Yeah, no, we're.
La 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 la.
Yeah, no, we gotta think about that because, like, oh, there's Casey. Hello, Casey.
Because there are members of our family that are churchgoers.
No, that's true. I'm not saying like anything. I'm just saying like I would like to do it twice.
I'm not saying,
but
yeah, I think every other week would probably be best.
yeah,
just because trying to run it more often than that.
And I don't really like monthly games. I've never been a. It just I feel like I can't get anything done if in like a monthly game. Because I know how like the Greenholds do it, and like you go over there for like 3 days, and like
I go over there for a day. I mean, you guys are.
No, you're there for 2 days.
I'm there after work for a couple hours. I come home, and then I go back there for Saturday. I'm there for Saturday. I'm there for dinner on Friday, and then Saturday. Go see what's wrong with your dog.
Dog, chill.
Now, when building files, well, and that's the thing. If we can't make Sundays work, or we will work around schedules. We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
because Ray won't leave me alone about this game. He's got a good idea. And as much as I'm not like drawn to the idea of role-playing 40K, he's actually convinced me about this idea. So I got to give him credit.
Yeah, and Shannon's going to be gone for a while, so we're probably not going to be able to run this at least for another month, if at soonest.
Yeah. We're probably still a few months away, like a month or two away from playing.
Yeah. But getting an idea of what people want and what people want to play is important.
I'm playing a tech priest.
Yeah, so we got Dad wants to play a tech priest.
Well, I'm either going to be playing a tech priest or a techno-archaeologist.
That's fair. Or you did talk about the Rogue Trader thing also.
No, I was joking around about that.
Okay. So
I want to play a toaster lover.
We'll have a tech priest. We'll have...
I want to be a toaster lover.
Nick is looking at playing freaking Commissar. I know you just were talking about a Sororitas, at least from what Nick said. And then Shannon wants to play a Sister of Silence. There is an option for that. There are essentially exorcised people who had demons in them before, and they still kind of have some like issues in the head with that kind of stuff. Being a demon itself, not really an option. Like, not kind of. It's something we could talk about. But essentially, there are a few options for that. Because there's mutants, you can be a mutant.
You can be an abhuman.
Yeah, you can be an abhuman. That's also an option.
Craig can be a squat.
But also, what I was saying is the exercise. It's a type of background where essentially you used to be the host for a daemon, but the Inquisition pushed it out of you and exercised it from your body. And you have a lot of like connection to the warp and to demons and stuff. And that'll be something cool for roleplay wise you could work with.
So she's our resident psyker.
You could combine that
because demons typically inhabit psychers.
Tzeentch demons typically do. It could be really anyone. So yeah, that's something we could definitely talk about. And if you want to be a psyker, especially because we'll have a null in the party too. you could combine those two, and especially, it would make sense that if you're a psyker who used to be possessed, they would put a null with you to make sure you don't go off the rails again. Definitely something we can work with. I think that would be really cool. Conceptually.
I'm just there to pump you for information. What do you remember what the demon told you? And did he see my box?
I'm assuming that the at least the Sister of Silence and the Sororitas are going to be pretty heavy combat. Although, the Sororitas might not be, but Sister of Silence, they do combat. That's what they do. They hunt down something.
I have an axe the size of a person.
Mostly it's like tech priests. However, we could discuss if you want to be directly connected to Dad, you could build a Skitari. If you want to build a soldier specifically, but generally, if you want to build a Mechanicus character, you're going to be a tech priest or something in that vein. Because of how the Mechanicus works and all that. Although, having 2 tech priests in the party with separate roles is totally an option. If Dad's more of a combat-focused tech priest, and you're more of a, science or medicine...
I told you, I'm probably going to play a techno-archaeologist, which means I won't have the axe. I'll have a disintegration pistol.
You won't have that at character gen, but you'll be able to get...
It's a starter pistol.
No. Their starter pistols are Melta pistols, Inferno pistols, and Plasma pistols.
Wow, my disintegrator pistol is actually worse than either of those.
Oh.
I'll show you the stats for them. They're not that impressive.
No, it's an IRL thing. I mean, I can add more people. I would like to cap it at 7 or 8 because that's kind of where I usually cap my games. But if Ben had interest, you want to be in an IRL freaking 40K game, I'll happily add more people.
40K RPG.
Yeah, 40K RPG. Yeah, it's running the FFG Dark Heresy system. Their
Fantasy Flight Games.
Yeah, fantasy. Sorry, I just. Sorry. Yeah, the fantasy.
He's a role-playing nerd.
But no, Ben, if you have interest, totally, dude.
It might be a Saturday night thing. That might be a cool thing. I can play 40K during the day, and then we play 40K RPG at night.
We could discuss it. I'd have to make some of my schedule work, but it's definitely something we could talk about. Yeah.
Lol, nerd. Wait a minute, Vay, you're in most of his games.
Yeah.
You're an enabler.
He's a new addition, to be fair. But that doesn't make it any better. Casey up there has been in my games for 4+ years now. So Casey's the one you should be going after there. They just power games and wines. All they do power game, wine, eat hot chip. That's probably famous. He messaged me on Discord. Fuck you. That's all he said. Yeah, I'd love to have more people if more people have interest. We'd be going over to... We're figuring a location, but the whole...
Well, here's the thing. If we're doing it on Saturday nights, you know what we're playing. We're going to play at Factlandia.
That's fair.
Dude, he would love to have the people there for it. It's Gaming Star.
No, that's fair. Again, Saturday nights, I can make Saturday nights work. It just... I have to...
You only have to do it every other week.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Yeah, I know it's fair.
No, I'm just I'm looking at what I got and making sure it's all good. I would love that. That would be great. Running it for you guys and because that's Ben. Oh, hold on, let's see. So that's you, Shannon. That's 7 people. Yeah, I can run for 7 people. Important thing that I should say to those people who are wanting to play, we will be using actual miniatures because I want to use. That's why.
Oh no, you're talking to a group of people that all paint the shit out of miniatures.
Which means whatever you make, you'll be able to paint up your own miniature and use it. Like Dad's gonna paint up this boy and use it, and like
unless I do my techno-archaeologist, yes.
Well, yeah, like we'll figure out minis for everyone. Like, because again, Shannon wants to play a Sister of Silence, so she never fucking. Oh, the Sister of Silence models are so cool.
They're just bald chicks.
They're with like the freaking giant ponytail. They're the giant ponytail and the face mask. They're cool. I like their freaking aesthetic.
They're bald chicks.
Not entirely bald. They have a giant ponytail. They have a Horus style top knot.
Get it right? It's a Ragnar style ponytail?
No, because he has.
It's a Ragnar style one. Horus is a haircut.
And that's another thing. So, okay. So that's something I should say.
Oh, did you get the Gaunt's Ghost box? I was thinking about it. They're not squats, and that's really all I'm adding to my Imperial Guard right now are squats and Bane Blades.
That's fair.
Because you can never have enough Bane Blades.
I'm going to real go check on my computer and make sure that it's not.
You go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So anyhow, as we go, I was talking earlier about this. They do look pretty badass. They actually do. I'll be honest. I still thought about getting them because they are really badass looking figures. And I'm probably going to pick up one of the Cadian boxes just for the extra bits. I mean, I can always use more Cadians because, they die so easily. You just need more. But since I'm doing my squat army, eventually. Yeah. What's a Bain Blade? It's a tank. It's a tank that you could put your fat boy on, and it would be like a Barco Lounger in size for him. It's big. It's the tank equivalent of a knight.
Yeah, they're about equivalent.
They're both Lords of War. They both got about as many guns.
That's fair. I like Bain Blades more.
I do too. Well, no. No, I like them equally.
I like Shadow Swords more. Because the idea of a Bain Blade that just shoots a knight off the table sounds badass. It goes boom, boom, boom.
I thought you didn't like the Tau.
Yeah, because they're not cool. But Guard are cool because they're just dudes.
And Tau are just dudes.
Yeah, but they have super sci-fi armor. The Guard are like freaking like Starship Trooper. Well, the Starship Troopers technically don't even count that word. They're like the movie version of Starship Troopers. Because book version of Starship Troopers are,
are like Space Marines.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They're
they're like Space Marines. I'm sorry, they're like Terminators.
They're like but without the super like a super soldier inside.
No, but the armor
just turns you into a super soldier.
On the other hand, the building of these actually goes pretty quickly. I actually really... So, my buddy Jason, known as Tech Noir, but everybody here... I think everybody here, except for your friends, know Jason as Jason. Jason runs a Instagram called Tech Noir Studios. He was going to do Mechanicus with the new version of Mechanicus coming out. And then he decided he didn't want to do Mechanicus anymore, and that he was going to do Sisters. But he had just bought this big Mechanicus army. It came down to he built Call, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not building this stuff." Here's the thing, Taizo. With the Bain Blade, I think the base Bain Blade has 9 guns, 10 guns,
something like that.
And
some ridiculous number.
And yeah, you get to shoot them all. You get to shoot them all. That's the point of the Bain Blade.
I just want an army of 3 Bain Blades.
You still have 1,500. You still have 500 points to put together. A patrol detachment to support them.
That sounds kind of cool for an army like loadout. I don't think it would be super effective right now because of how heavy terrain is. Like, you wouldn't be able to move the Bain Blades anywhere.
No, that's the problem. Is that right now? The biggest problem, honestly, with all the armies right now is that all the big stuff is just impossible. We had a guy at the tournament who dropped out because he had not a scimitar, but he had some sort of big chaos 30K original tank. Basically, it's like a Chaos Marine Bain Blade size tank. And he basically couldn't get any lanes of fire and couldn't shoot anything and couldn't really maneuver. And so his tank was pretty much neutralized by the terrain we were playing on from his perspective. And I make the point from his perspective because I played a guy that had a Brass Scorpion, a Khorne Lord of Skulls, and a chitin.
That's a cool freaking figure.
Yeah. That's why I got it. I bought those from Spinelius. You realize you didn't want Marines. I bought all his Marines off him.
This would be cool to put on the table now.
Yeah. You know, it'd be cooler to put on the table.
What? Well, yeah, like,
I'm a tank.
I know what'll be even cooler to put on the table, but I don't want to pull it off the shelf. Your freaking Space Wolf Knight. At some point, putting that on the table. Oh.
Anyhow, so he decided to do Sister Battle, and I decided to purchase his Mechanicus off of him. And yeah, I know there's a lot of these pieces that are spindly, but they also, I gotta say, as opposed to some of the kits I've done lately, I thought these were going to be super complicated to build. These are super easy to build. Those guys, no, they're not going to be Space Wolves. I'm pretty much done with my Space Wolf army. I might get some more Space Wolf specific units. Like, I've got to finish up painting a set of wolves I have for them. A set of Thunder Wolves that I've started painting and not finished. I've got them in the project area. And I want to get them some Blood Claws so that I can get them some of the even cheaper patrol infantry. But I'm pretty much done with the Space Wolves, other than specific characters or, again, maybe a figure here or there. I mean, you're never truly done with an army, I guess. No, these guys are all going to be done up for my new Codex compliant army, the Death Speakers. So they're going to be done up in layers of gray to almost white gray, and then their shoulder pads are purple, and first company is gold, second company is silver. The lining around the shoulder. Those guys are the Crusade. Those are the Indominus Crusade guys. So I think specifically those are going to be third company.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be, those are going to be what's called the Hounds company, because every company has its own nickname, and I think the third one is called the Hounds. And like I said, I was saying, I keep changing topics, but for as complicated as these sprues look, the nice thing about it is because it's Mechanicus, a lot of stuff mirrors, and when it doesn't mirror, it's very obvious where it goes.
We need to get like some Necromundo figures.
What do you mean I need to get some? I have a ton.
You do? I didn't know you had a ton.
I have a ton.
I'm gonna need some.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling them out, and I gotta paint them because my once a month D&D game. I'm taking over as a GM next month, and I'm running Shadowrun.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'll need them for when you guys are going through like the high and fighting gangs and stuff.
Oh, you mean Necromundo, the planet? Which I actually found out. Necromundo actually is a planet.
Yeah, no, Necromundo's...
I thought it was just, a city.
No, it's a hive planet.
I thought it was a hive city. No, it's actually a planet. And it's in the Segmentum Solar, believe it or not. That was the other part I was shocked by.
Yeah, because it's like the biggest hive city in the galaxy, or the biggest hive planet in the galaxy when it comes to population, something like that.
Yep.
It's also riddled with fucking everything.
I don't know what you mean. The fact that they just released the fact that there is now a Chaos Cultist band you can play in that game.
I wonder if you can run them in 40K.
What?
You could put them in if they'll get special rules for 40K.
No,
you don't think so?
They did it for
Blackstone Fortress.
Actually, no. They do have rules for using.
They're just Chaos Cultists.
Oh, regular Chaos Cultists or Chaos Cultists. Yeah, and then they have rules for gangers from Necromunda in 40K. They call them conscripts.
No, that's fair. You get what I mean, though, right? I was thinking, because they did it for Blackstone Fortress, so I thought they might do it for Necromunda.
Yeah, but they didn't. Those are all characters. That's the thing. Every single one of those things is a specific dude.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just thought it would be cool.
Yeah, that's been the real surprising things. Even the Paladin Enforcers don't have rules for 40K. I thought if anybody would have rules,
they were the ones I wanted to play for Necromunda. Those are the Arbiters, right?
Yeah.
I wanted if there was any faction I was going to play Necromunda, I'd want to play them because they just look cool. You're essentially playing fucking judges from I don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah, no, that's essentially what you're playing. You are in essence you're playing Judge Dredd judges. On the other hand, I own a bunch of Goliaths. And I own a bunch of the girls. I forget what they're called. I own 4 or 5 boxes of them. And I've got a bunch of Orlok in metal. I've got the old metal Orloks.
Oh, the girls are called, it starts with an E, I think?
I don't remember.
I
don't know. We bought them when I was going to convert them when the Loyal 32 was a thing. we were going to convert them into a guard unit.
I want to throw one of these guys at you. I'm sorry. The Arbiters? Yeah. I remember, and there's also, like, Tabletop Simulator, that community has, like, homebrew for Adeptus Arbiters.
For what?
The Arbiters, for, like, in 40K. Like, running an Arbiters army.
Wow. You're running basically guard with pistols and shields.
I mean,
you are. You're basically running guard with pistols and shields and dogs.
That's the same argument for any of the Space Wolf chapters. Like, or not any of the Space Marine chapters. Oh, you're just playing Space Marines, but with a different coat of paint on. Yeah, they wanted to add Arbiters. Arbiters are cool conceptually. Like, you're playing judges. You're playing Judge Dredd as an army. It's cool.
You know what?
They're a lot more melee focused than a guard army would be.
You know what I would want Arbiters for?
What?
I would specifically want Arbiters figures. Like, I thought about buying Dark Uprising, just because I thought having the Sector Mortalis terrain would be neat.
Yeah.
And I was going to turn the Arbiters into Space Marine Scouts.
That's fair. They do look good for it. Like, no lie. That would be cool.
They look better than the current Space Marine Scouts.
Yeah. Do you think they're ever going to get new models? Or no, they're trying to, like, shove normal Space Marines out at this point.
They're not trying to shove normal Space Marines out. They just reboxed them all.
What do you mean they just reboxed them all?
They just reboxed all the old Marines.
Really?
Yes. Like, every one of the old Marines, including Scouts, got the new style box.
Oh, I was unaware. I assumed, because we had talked about this before.
And I said then, no, they're not going to get rid of the old Marines.
Because I thought that was what their goal with the rules going there, the new, like, rules, like, not supporting figures they don't sell. I thought that was what they were going to eventually lead up to, because they want people to be playing Primaris. That's good. I'm glad about that, because
I mean, will they someday in the future, maybe in the cold, dark, grim future, get rid of all of the firstborn? I could see finally doing it, but that's not going to be for a while. Unfortunately, Marines are too popular, and actually, oddly enough, some of the most popular kits are not Primaris.
Well, that's good. Here's my thing. Here's just my whole thing in the thing. I like Primaris specifically because they're big and cool. That's the only reason why I like Primaris. If I could have firstborn Marines that were to that scale, I'd run an entire army.
But these guys are bigger than firstborns.
Yes, but this is okay. This is how they should be. This is how base Space Marine should be, like, on the minis. That's what their size should be. That's the true scale of a Marine. Marines are fucking massive. And the normal Marines are tiny. Like, there are guardsman figures that are bigger than them. And that's weird to me.
It's because the figures aren't to scale.
Yeah, and I wish they were. That's the only reason I want to run Primaris, is because I want my figures to be to scale. Because that's what's cool to me in 40K. Seeing all this stuff, because it's all so big, to scale with each other. Like, if I could, I would just use this as a Space Marine captain. A normal Space Marine captain. Oh. Zane.
Well, hello, Zane. Oh.
Hi, Zane. Good to see you. My arch nemesis.
Oh, and flight. Very nice, Phoenix.
Oh,
well done.
Awesome. And hey, you'll get to pick one of those out to use in the game. I also got to figure that out too.
What's that?
I got to figure out your guys' Inquisitor. because that's important.
Well, Zane, I'm glad to see you.
I'm also glad to see you, my long rival.
There we go. That is the main body all done.
Very nice.
Now, the legs.
Oof. That's oof.
Ah. Would you please stop?
No. No, but
So
we got 10 people on right now.
that's great.
Very nice.
You know, and that's the thing. Been looking at Mechanicus a lot when I decided to do this. I mean, I've liked Mechanicus for a while, and then I built a bunch of Mechanicus for a commission.
And then you're kind of like, for a little bit.
I was at first like, oh, but then after building a bunch and building some more, I was like, I want Mechanicus. I don't want Mechanicus, and then after building some more, I went, oh, I want Mechanicus. And I probably wouldn't have bought, I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have bought the army if I would have had to buy it a piece at a time. I probably wouldn't have gotten it if I had to get it a piece at a time. I just, I came into a little extra money here and there, and the opportunity presented itself.
Sure.
Oh, she's building her warships too. Is Morven Mall or Morven Gall or whatever her name is? Morven Val, whatever her name is. Is she out now? Do you guys have your Morven figure? Has that arrived?
Because she's a cool freaking figure.
Well, she's a gorgeous figure.
Oh my god.
Oh, yours is built. Okay.
Very nice.
Ugh. So what's funny is that, oh, you have an SSD chat. I'll have to take a look at that. You're in Saturday Smackdown chat.
Yeah. SSD chat. Wait, where is that?
Saturday Night Smackdown. It's in.
Oh, it's not.
It's Facebook.
Okay.
Leggy number 1 with its little toes. I love the fact that they have little toes. Toes don't actually do anything; they just sit on the thing. But I think it's cool looking. Found a source for super cheap. Tamiya Thin. I found a place in town that carries it at a significant
That's nice.
discount.
It's a nice figure.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous figure. I mean, if I actually ever wanted to play Sisters, I would. If I wanted to play Sisters, that would be the figure that would convince me to play it. It is just a gorgeous figure. Although I am now absolutely convinced that I do not want to play Sisters.
I might.
And it's for the weirdest, silliest reason. There are so many units, so many different weird and wacky looking units in in Mechanicus. Because, I mean, I've got all the Marine variants, and I've got all these different ways I can play Marines, and that's really cool. And I've got a lot of Guard, and I'm working on a new way to build Guard, because I want to build a Guard army that runs with Inquisitor Karamazov in their list. Thank you, Ben, for Inquisitor Karamazov.
Oh, that's just buying.
You know what? Since I got my first place Turian troll from it. Okay, so I guess you want to play them now, huh?
Yeah.
Because they're winning. They're really gross. They're one of the strongest factions in the game right now.
I'm not really surprised.
I'm actually shocked we don't see more of them getting... Well, actually, I'm not shocked. Because I did realize something about this community, which is one of the things I love. Our community is not a flavor of the month community, which I am actually super...
A local community.
Local community.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the 40K community are...
No, our local 40K community is not a flavor of the month community, which I am actually super thankful for. You know, I'm probably the closest thing you have to flavor of the month player, but it's not because I'm playing them because they're the most powerful. I'm just playing because I got a deal on them, and so I want to start playing them. Because, I mean, let's be honest. If I was flavor of the month, I would take that 2,000 points of Necrons that I've got sitting on my to-do list, and I'd have got them boys built and played by now.
Ah, Zane. I see.
He is. He's the most loyal of boys. He even got rid of all of his Death Guard figures he was painting for fun.
That's... Why?
Because he's the most loyal of boys.
I see. I said that one time I played Orcs for a week or two.
My Orcs are loyal. That's why they wear Imperium Blue.
Oh my god. I'm just going to put down like 20 Orcs on the table one of these days. Here you go, inquisitorial fucks. Take on some Orcs!
Why would you do something to me?
Because it's fun. Orcs are fun.
Orcs are wonderful. I love Orcs.
They'll mess you up.
Orcs are one of the main reasons I'm not buying the new Age of Sigmar box.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
No, because I have to limit my hobby spending, and the Beast Snag is coming.
Sir Mr. Kirschbaum.
Mr. Kirschbaum.
Hello. I don't know you. Hi. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be here for like 20 minutes, as long as my computer actually is not lying about
another year.
Knowing me, yeah, that's fair. Ooh.
Oh, that's Ryan. I forget Ryan's last name, Kirschbaum. The Tau player.
You disgust me, good sir. Tau. Imagine. No, Tower cool.
Tower great.
Go order Xenos just to let you guys fight more Tau. Ugh. That's what I have to say to you, sir. Ugh. Need to be purged like the rest of the Xenos scum.
How does that work?
It doesn't.
You're right, it doesn't.
I'll scoff what I want to scoff. Sir. Oh, is that a puppy? No, it's not a puppy. Sad. Big D, AOS escalation, yay or nay?
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, no, I'm in. That's the whole thing. I don't want to get off the impression I dislike Age of Sigmar. I actually really, really like Age of Sigmar. I really do. I honestly and truly really do like Age of Sigmar.
It looks interesting.
No, I think it's plenty fun. I've had Ben absolutely clap my cheeks playing it. It was great.
He's probably feeling Stormcast. What are you feeling for the escalation?
Oh, Stormcast. I mean,
It's the only thing you really got.
no, it's not the only thing I got. Actually, because it'd be an excuse to, but mine are already painted. But I want to use an excuse to paint stuff. So I think I'm gonna do my Slanesh.
What's fair? We should do Path to Glory instead of just an escalation.
I don't know the difference.
Well, it's an escalation lead compared to the narrative play, right? Like, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so I gotta say one thing.
What's up?
The new instructions, because the legs are the one confusing thing. The new instructions, crap. The old instructions are far clearer.
Well, it's just as complicated.
No, they make sense here. That's the whole thing. The old instructions.
Imagine littering in your own house.
Boy, pick that up.
No.
Boy?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I want an excuse to paint my Slaneshis. So, yeah, I think I'm going to play Slaneshis. Honestly, and that's my big thing about it too, because, dude, I don't. I tried learning it, and I tried learning it on my own, and I tried watching the videos, and I tried doing it, and it just didn't work for me. And it's not because it's a complicated game. There were just certain aspects of it that they don't translate over well to a video format. So, and I learn better by doing anyhow. So, Ben. And you know what? I'd be good with that. Ben's a fantastic teacher. Again, I got to give Ben his props. Ben's a fantastic teacher.
Maybe I'll con you into letting me play your Stormcast.
Sure, you can play.
I know nothing about Age of Sigmar, like gameplay-wise, so...
You know how to play 40k 8th edition?
Yeah.
You pretty much know how to play Age of Sigmar.
But it's way more melee-based, isn't it?
Yeah, but most of the rules are the same thing.
Oh, so still like charging the same way and all that?
Yeah, all that's still the same.
Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe that'll be fun. I want to hit people with hammers and die.
I mean, everything has new names and all that. Because, they can't ever...
Magic phase. Imagine eventually getting one of these, dude. That would be so cool. Don't even the player characters have like warbands under their fucking control? It's exciting. Okay, so I get where you're coming from with that, Zane. Maybe I just had a good introduction to it, but Dark Heresy, like, to me, is one of the, like, easiest to understand role-playing systems I've ever played, other than, like, 5e. I don't really like Wrath and Glory. Wrath and Glory is just kind of... It doesn't let any of the... It doesn't make it... How to put it? It lets you mix, like, Space Marines and other classes into one group, but then they don't feel like they're actually that thing. Like, you don't feel like you're playing a Space Marine. You just feel like you're playing a human with a little bit of augmented strength. Like, with a higher starting strength stat. That's all it is. And that's kind of my issue with Wrath of Glory. Compared to Dark Heresy. But if you were to compare, like, a Dark Heresy character, like a human Dark Heresy character to a Space Marine, there's a real, like, large difference. I don't know, maybe that's kind of a me thing, but it fits better into the setting. Plus, I just know Dark Heresy better, which is why I wanted to run Dark Heresy rather than Wrath of Glory. Because Wrath of Glory is... it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just not really my thing as a tabletop role-playing system. That's fair. No, that's totally a fair point. One of the biggest issues I've had with Dark Heresy is that the character creation is split between 4 different books, but it's because each of the books added more options for character creation. Because, like, the base book only has a good number of stuff, but then you look at the other 3 books and they have a little bit of extra stuff. To be fair, I also focus on 2nd edition, and 2nd edition is a lot easier to understand than 1st edition, which was a clusterfuck. Because 1st edition was... Oh, it's so bad. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff I can translate over, and it's very close to the same system, so there's rules and cool stuff I can take from that, like the Ryza pattern Force Blade, which would be very cool to eventually let one of the Mechanicus players get their hands on, because it's a freaking lightsaber. That's what it is. It's a lightsaber. And it's a thing in 40k. The Ryza pattern freaking... not Force Blade. It's something else. But it's literally a lightsaber. And it's cool. I really like that kind of stuff. But then the system itself, like, is so weird. And the balance is so off. Like, hi, I can play just a guardsman. And hi, I can play a Space Marine who's the Grey Knight character gen. No, that's not okay. 2nd edition's great, though. I really like 2nd edition. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with 2nd edition. There's a lot of options and a lot of, like, fun stuff you can mess around with. And the combat makes sense with a little bit of tweaking in homebrew. A little bit. It does take a little bit of fixing. Like, only having one defensive action is dumb. I don't like it. And also the fact that, like, how defensive actions work, I need to fix that too. But I already have stuff like that, like, written out that another GM introduced me to, so that's easy. It's that kind of stuff that is, you know, there are problems with the system, but there's problems with every tabletop system. Dark Heresy just become easier for me to work that stuff through.
One leg on.
Very nice. Also, please tell me if I'm just rambling at this point.
You're rambling while I'm building. This is a building show.
That's fair.
The excitement of building figures and chatting with people while you're building.
It's true. But yeah, no, Zane, I totally get that. I think of the 40k systems, like the FFG, Fantasy Flight Games, RPG systems, I think Dark Heresy is my 2nd favorite. I think. Because my favorite is Black Crusade. I love Black Crusade. Black Crusade is such a good system. And it's so thematic. And it's so cool. Black Crusade, for anyone who doesn't know, is the Chaos supplement for the FFG, where you're playing as Chaos Acolytes and Chaos Space Marines as part of a war band. And it's cool, but also it's not something I could really run because it's so dark. If you're running Black Crusade, it's so dark. The one issue, Zane, was that the reason why I said in that chat was I mean, we could, if you wanted to, we could like put like a laptop down or something to let Zane like be in a voice call to join. But that was if we were doing it online, which I think we want to do it in person. That is definitely like what people have said, and that's what I would prefer as well. But yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think.
Because Tabletop Simulator's not a thing.
No, it's well, Tabletop Simulator is fine, but like no, it's more so the fact that like I want to use like Action Minis and have a like battle map and do stuff with that. And yeah, no, totally. Like that totally makes sense, dude. That's why like I hadn't really bugged you much, like because I get like you're real busy, and I was kind of focusing on a IRL group anyway. I think.
Now, so y'all understand, the big D spawn is a gigantic gaming nerd. He's like, it's a really cool game, but is there an RPG of it?
Yeah, I know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know that. I don't have a problem with RPGs.
Yeah. And just bouncing back off of Jason there. Yeah, Black Crusade is great. It is very good. It's very thematic. It's very interesting. But you gotta have a group of people who are willing to realize that you are not just the bad guys. You're like we're laughing because we know how evil we are, bad guys. Like, ha ha ha, look, we just tortured, like, I don't even know, like, small children for power. We sacrificed us, I don't know. It's dark. It's super dark. I think tied for second place might be both Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader. Because Rogue Trader is so cool. The space combat is so cool, and the exploration and the books. I'm running a Rogue Trader game that goes on Tuesday nights with the...
Just so you know, Jason's who I bought this Mechanicus from. That's that Jason.
Oh, okay.
Jason's level of 40k nerddom makes you look like a plebe.
So, Jason, I ran a Cornet in a Black Crusade game for a while. He was a part of the Dark Wolves, I think they're called. They're the fallen Space Wolves. They're the group of Space Wolves that fell to chaos. And he was a Cornet. He was Bjorgulf the Black Wolf, and he is one of my favorite characters I've ever played. Because he was this... You'll understand because you know the system. I managed to not only accidentally legacy weapon my power claymore, it accidentally became a legacy weapon between sessions. And then afterwards, I got a mutation that turned it into a daemon weapon. So it was a legacy daemon weapon, giant two-handed power claymore, that my giant freaking space wolf wielded in combat and hit bulkhead doors and tore them in half. Like, I was doing 40-some damage per attack.
See, Jason's the Grognar that I built all those 30k Marines to build my 30k list for. He's the guy that runs 30k around the area and tries to get people playing it. Like, he's like serious the hardcore nerd guy. He's the guy who can talk about old school stuff too, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. To answer your earlier thing you made though, so Father's Day, Jace, we got this done. Yes, your call, the one you built, is the only thing in here that's yours. But then, between the Mechanicus I had and the Mechanicus I got from you, I built the rest of this stuff. So yeah, I have been hardcore building for the last day or two. I finished one Iron Strider and yesterday, and we're trying to get another one done. This one was started on stream about an hour ago. He's almost done. Oh, and I have a plan for the basing. I've been trying to figure out their basing. I was going to print some basing. I was going to do some stuff. And then I found some really inexpensive, really nice crackle paste. That's a paper-based crackle base. Or it's got some paper fiber in it. So when it crackles, it gets really firm. So that's going to be awesome. I forgot to put his freaking leg on. Damn it. I got to get that on there. Oh, this leg here. That's this one. No, actually, well, the rocky, yeah, it's gonna be like a bonish, like a bone color, to make it like a rocky desert. I changed my color scheme. I know you and I were talking at one point. I was thinking about doing like that. I was thinking about doing originally. I've been talking about this for a bit with people. So, like my original thought for the color scheme for these guys, I was gonna do. Xandri Dust. I was going to start them with a Xandri Dust color. And then I was going to go to a light, like shimmered purple or light purple or even a lilac for their cloaks and stuff. What just popped off? Yes. It keeps popping off. Oh. It's because the gun's not glued on.
You going to magnetize it?
No, I don't need it. It just slides on. Just so if I ever build the other pieces, I can take that gun off. I was going to go with like a lilac color. Then I like, no. And then my paint. I decided today.
Also, my computer's still going through that.
We are going to go with a real bright goldeny yellow to go with.
So you're growing Ryza?
No, Ryza's orange. So they're going to be a bright yellow with deep bronze, and I'm going to be using for their silver color, for their silver metal, rather than using like a brighter silver, I'm going to be using Iron Warriors, the Iron Warriors color for them. So they're going to have dark, because the base of my metals are going to be Warplock bronze and Iron Warriors for the metal colors, which they'll layer up for doing highlights and whatnot. But their main cloaks are going to be yellow. The lining of them are going to be, you'll see some red. And like on the Dune Crawler, I want to do, I'm going to do some red. I want to do like the width of this window here. I'm going to do a red stripe here. And then probably on the back near either on this is the side that will be on this side. I'm going to do a red stripe here where I'm going to put some of their symbolry and whatnot. So they're going to be yellow with a little bit of red here and there. The inside of the cloaks for my tech priests are going to be red on the inside and maybe do some red filigree on the outside. I got my airbrush fired up and some stick on and peel off. Well, they're both about as smart as each other. I'm going to be working with my airbrush and I've got some stick on and peel back off reusable. What do you call them? I can't think of the word now. Stencils. I got some stick on and peel off stencils that I'm using to put some filigree on some of the cloaks and stuff, if I can, if they work out. If they're too big, if not, I'll just freehand it. And I've gotten a lot more confident in my freehanding with as much of my Death Speakers I've done. I've been doing a lot of their skulls freehanded, and I've been doing some bones on them freehanded. So, and just doing that little bit has actually been really, I actually done a lot for my confidence in my freehand, because I do not have a lot of confidence in freehanding. I'd much rather use decals where I can. But in this case, I don't have that option. All right. Okay, you are there. This is the one really touchy piece of this build. They want these legs to be wired into the big legs, and it's kind of like a back and forth to get everything seated. And there we go. All right, so the ones on the one side, and you can see the cables on the other. There we go. All right, so the base walker is done, and now to build the guy. All right. And, of course, his gun. That's got to go on there. Yeah, I want to get this army built as quickly as possible. I'm actually going to play them without them being entirely painted.
Just going to base coat them all?
I'm probably just going to base coat them. I'm going to base coat them in batches. But yeah, I'm going to probably base coat them right off the bat, just so I can play with them, because I want to get used to them. Their rules, if you have not played the Mechanicus, their rules are kind of complex. Like they've got the Skitarii are subject to some rules that other Mechanicus units are not. Other units are subject to some rules that the Skitarii are not. The Cataphrons are a base troop, but they're not core. They're not core unless you've got a tech priest manipulus around them that can grant them core during the command phase. It's kind of crazy. There's like all these different if this then and then they've got something kind of like the Marines with their battle doctrines, except they've only got 4 of them. They're called no. That's the Canticles. They've got 4 of them called the Logistans or the Logists. And they can only have one of those active at a time, and it's only active once in a game. So you can have it active for a round, and then you got to take it away, and you can have one of the other ones. So you kind of want to plan them, and their big thing is that each one of them has a bonus and a minus. So like there's one of them that gives you a +1 to everybody in the army, gets a +1 of their ballistic skill, but then they have a -1 of their weapon skill. And then they have another one that does just the opposite, gives you +1 to all their weapon skill, all their ballistic skill, but -1 of their weapon skill. Then they have the pair that duel off. One of them adds +3 movement, but takes a 1 away from their saves, and the other one does the opposite. Everybody loses 3 movement, but you add 1 to their saves. And you don't have to use them, and you don't have to use all of them. But once you use one, yeah, they really are an experienced player army. They really, because they've got that you kind of got to plan and use around, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get myself a Skitarii Marshal, because the Skitarii Marshal gets to pick one unit that's within 9 inches of him or has a data tether, which is basically the Skitarii's equivalent of a Voxcaster.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets to pick one of them, and you get the bonus, but you don't get the minus. So that's a pretty cool ability. So I want a Skitarii Marshal for that.
Do they stack with the round bonus?
They don't get a round bonus.
Oh, so they don't get the...
The only people that get doctrines are the Marines. So his are lodges. You get the bonus, but you don't get the minus when he picks your unit.
No, I thought you meant for the rest of the army, the lodges, like, who gets the largest bonus?
Everybody. The entire army gets it.
Can he give a Skitarii unit that same bonus?
No.
Round?
He just takes away their minus.
Oh.
He takes away the minus half of the lodges.
Oh. Okay.
But he's also like a lieutenant in that any Skitarii unit that's within 9 inches of him gets a reroll of their ones to wound. There's a relic that only he can take that gives them the captain ability as well, so they can reroll their ones to hit.
Okay, that's cool.
So there's a whole lot of back and forth there, and then each of the realms, each of the different Forge worlds have their own, just like Space Marine chapters, they all have their own special rules. Mars, I honestly think, is the most powerful, but their other ones are still really cool enough that you would think about playing other ones. The big thing for Mars is that all Skitarii units get canticles. Canticles are also like they're like the battle doctrines, except there's 6 of them, and they're active once per game for 1 round. And once you've activated it, you don't get to get it again. So you get to pick one and keep it running. Unless you're running Belisarius Call, and then every round Belisarius Call gets to pick a second canticle, and he can pick any one of the 6, even when it's been used, and him and one unit of his choice get to use that canticle as well.
I've heard the canticles are kind of like, only some of them are good and the rest of them are kind of meh.
I don't know. I've looked through them. It depends what you're trying to do. You know?
Because the Skitarii don't seem super melee heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Just not the ones I have.
Okay.
There is an entire group of Rust Stalkers.
Are they Skitarii?
Yes, Rust Stalkers.
Okay.
Rust Stalkers and Infiltrators are the 2 halves of that unit, and they're both very melee heavy.
Okay.
There's also remember that canticles affect units. So, and they affect non-Skitarii units normally. There's a group of non-Skitarii core figures. There's only one thing. They're Fulgurite priests. Well, they're Electro priests and Fulgurite priests. And they're considered core. They're elite. Again, it's a very complicated army. There's a lot of moving parts to playing Mechanicus. It's actually one of the reasons I'm actually very drawn to it, because I'm normally used to playing kind of very, I got one trick. You know, this is my trick. That's what I do. And when that doesn't work, are you leaving me, my son?
Yeah, I gotta go.
You're abandoning me. My son abandons us in the stream.
My computer should be
Be
back.
gone and darken not my door again. If your computer,
my Exalted camera gotta run.
you better hope your computer's working, because if it's not, you don't come back.
Yeah. No, if it okay.
You think
My
that
computer's still not working, I'll come back.
I just said no. So yeah, the big thing with the Skitarii, like I said, well, a big thing with the Mechanicus, they are very. I mean, a lot of people think the Sisters are a very complex army. These guys, kind of even more. I mean, the Sisters' big thing is they got that whole dicing and they get to add dice and do things with extra dice, their faith dice, and they can spend faith dice to do certain things. And that's really cool. These guys, they do things with toasters that people shouldn't be doing. Now, as we have crossed, oh wow, we've been live for an hour and a half. I'm going to try and keep this up until about at least 9 o'clock. But one of the things I wanted to do with these guys is I'm trying to keep the color scheme kind of simple. I didn't want to have too many competing colors. And since I've already got, it was one of the reasons I decided not to go with lilac, because I have so many freaking purple armies already. When I realized that both my custom Marine army is purple, my Stormcast army is purple. I thought about green, my other favorite color, and then I realized I've got a guard army that's all green. I've got my space, my Nurgle that's all green, and then my orcs and my wolves are both blue. So I'm like, okay, I got to get into another color here, and I thought about doing red. Because, you know, it's Mechanicus. Red's like their thing. Except I have a hard time seeing variations in the color red. I mean, like, if there's a severe difference. If there's a severe difference, I can see it. You know, I kind of agree with you there, Tina, but I wanted to try and do something a little. I had the lilac paints in my hand, and I was walking towards the register, and then I went, do I really want to do purple again? What am I going to use for their highlight color? I want to do this red stripe thing. That's not going to look good with the purple. And that's not going to look good with the lilac. So then what do? I do a green. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. My Tau, which are primarily gray, their secondary colors are purple and green. So gray, purple, and green are an on. Here's the problem. And that was the thing. I'm like, well, I can do like a red. Well, if I do red, Mechanicus is already red. So the main Mechanicus, if you're doing Mars purely, is red. But the problem is like two other versions of red are two different armies. There's red and white's one army, and red and a deeper red is another army. And I'm like, I don't want to get caught up in that crap. Which house are you doing? So like, well, maybe I'll do orange. And then I found out that's Ryza's color is orange. I'm like, no. All right, so what's that leave left for me? I thought about doing like a spruce green, like a light spruce green, but I realized that's kind of the green I'm using with my Tau. I thought about doing a turquoise or an aqua, but I just couldn't find a shade I liked that I could match easily with paints, with hand paints. And then I came across this yellow, and I'm like, I saw like 3 different colors of yellow, and I'm like, well, here's the thing. I could do yellow. I don't want to do this pale yellow. I mean, if I'm going to do yellow, I want to do a yellow that stands the hell out. So I started looking at yellows. and I came across this yellow, and the problem is it comes in a gloss. The same yellow does not come in a matte. And I'm like, well, I wanted to try some oil washes and to do less, do some more weathering and whatnot on this, and actually do some weathering rather than just kind of doing a simple wash and being done with them, as I've done with a lot of other armies. Well, a gloss paint as your base under. There we go. I will do that, Ben. So a gloss paint actually makes doing that kind of a style or a patterning a little easier. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna go with this yellow. So I'm going with like a goldenrod yellow, and I'll have the red for Mars stripe on the front, and maybe some smaller like racing type stripes on the sides. Like I know on this guy, I want to basically do a split down the middle, and then so it's off centered. I want to do like from the middle and then over to about the side of where the lights are. I want to do a red racing stripe down the length of the tank, and then do some Mechanicus symbolry on the side. Like, because there's a couple of really nice open panels here that I do some, but I want to do some chipping. My brother, Al, gave me a really nice 4-part set to do chipping and weathering. And so I want to do the vehicles specifically. I want to make them look chipped and weathered like they've been through hell and back. So that's the plan there. I want to make the paint scheme itself, the base scheme, very simple. But I'm still all about the shock and awe. So I went and got some specific crackle paste. I went and got some crackle paste, not the GW stuff, but I actually went and got some professional crackle paste that should still crack at a pretty good level, which cracks better when you put it on a gloss surface. So the idea is that I'm going to put it on that gloss underneath, let it crack out, and then do my painting on that, and mainly do that in washes and inks to let the color be more white and bold, because it's a white crackle paste. So I'll be using like some sepia ink and some sienna, some burnt sienna oil wash ink to give it kind of this earthy type tone underneath there. And then I got some really great grass tufts that I got from a Spanish grass tuff company. I can't remember the name of them. Gamer Grass. I got from Gamer Grass. I think they're Gamer Grass. They're just Gamer Grass or gamergrass.com. But I got a bunch of their stuff. Some really, really pretty, really realistic looking. They do a really, really beautiful job with their with their tufts. So really good deal. I got a good on it because I got a really good deal on it. Lady D wants to do her salamanders. She wants to do them on a Pandora type world. So she wanted some really alien color looking tufts. And they have some really cool ones there. They're like electric blue that fade into a purple, and like this neon green that fades into like a bright magenta. They've got like 4 or 5 different really alien colored tufts. They're just gorgeous looking color combinations too. So I picked her up a bunch of packs of those, and then they were having a deal at the time. They had their COVID deal where it was like buy 8 of our tuft packs and you get 2 free or something like that. I forget what exactly the deal was. But it was, I ended up with, I figure as long as I'm getting this stuff from Spain, I'm just going to buy a crap ton of it. So I bought like a huge box, and they were only like $6 or $7 for a big tray of their tufts. So I probably dropped like $80 or $90 and just bought a huge box of their tufts. Just really, I mean, they're a real quality piece of equipment. I mean, they're a real quality thing. And until I get my hands, until I actually get a static grass applicator, which I am still on the fence about getting for myself. Until I get a static grass applicator, I think I'm just going to stick with buying tufts from good companies. I am thirsty as heck, and I have not been drinking my soda at all. Diet Dr. Shasta. That try. Okay, don't need you. I need that hand and that hand. Yeah. That's right. They put a terrible one to clean that up. And then that and that. So, anyone else that's been building models lately? Do what you can, sweetie. You know, it's not a race. Although I gotta admit, sometimes it does feel like one. I was saying earlier, looking at some of these models that I've been building and working with lately, I gotta say, I like the Scorpus, both the Disintegrator and the Dune Rider, although I don't know. I don't know if I could actually buy. I don't know if I could actually get myself a transport. I've just seen transports. They seem really important and really good. And I've just seen them not really do much after you see what the Raiders do. So, I don't know. I want to actually at some point, sooner rather than later, further plans I have for this list, or this army, I should say, I want to get my hands on a, I know where I can get a few too. I want to get my hands on a couple more of the Mechanicus start collecting boxes, not the combat patrols. But I'm going to get my hands on the start collecting box, at least one, just because they come with a Scorpus, which I think, I don't know, part of me wants to convert that and actually use it as a Dune Rider. I love the look of the Scorpus. I don't know that I'd have actually more than one in my list. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know that these new Sisters designs are just as complex as some of the stuff I've heard complained about with the Mechanicus. I will be honest, it's actually one of the things I like the most about the Mechanicus. I love... Yeah, in the end, they're going to be a pain in the butt to build and a pain in the butt to paint. But the little details that can make a couple of the same unit, even if you're running 2 squads or 3 squads, that you can make them look, that's pretty awesome. And then there's just, it's lots of little pieces. I mean, like, you're talking to a guy who's building a Dune Strider here, figure that has ankle spur or knee spurs. I don't even know what these are. But they're little sticky things that just stick out of the side. Why? Because they do. Because they do. Better. So if you're here in town and you want to help out a family-run hobby business, Happy Hobby on Burleigh. I think there's also a Southside store. They'll know quote me on that one. I don't know if that one's still open. But they've got a Happy Hobby, which is on, I think, 86th in Burleigh. They also have another location run by, I guess, a brother or a cousin on 76th in Good Hope. But specifically, I know the one on Burleigh, which is on my way home from work, has a good amount in stock of Tamiya products, including their clear paints, their clear paint series, their glues, all their different glues and putties, if you're into that sort of thing. They do actually carry a very small amount of Warhammer models. It's one of those stores that Commodores always ask me about. I was like, where the heck did you find that? Like when I found the cardboard box, the current Demon Prince model, but in 2 iterations of the model ago, for like $25. I found it there. The Dragon Prince's High Elf Cavalry, I found it there. I found several boxes of it that I gave away. They're one of those stores where you find little things that I found. I know they've got one still at one of their locations, but like I found a what do you call it? A broadside there for like $35. So there's little things like that. Give me just a sec, folks. Yeah, that's what I brought. Ah, children. So yeah, it's always interesting to find some of these old mom and pop stores when they've got little pieces hidden away here and there. Okay. Plus his money going into the hands of a local hobby shop. Okay. Think. All right. There. And I think I'll hold this down for about 30 to 45 seconds. And this will be My second Iron Strider done. Or at least done being built. I don't even need to hold it that long. There we go. And so now we got two of them built. And it took us less than 2 hours to build this model. I'm really painting and that'll come later, but I think 2 hours to build a pretty complicated piece of model like that, that's not bad. I really can't complain about that. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Well, that being said, I think we're 2 hours in. I think that's a good stream for the night. I think, getting a chance to just see one built from beginning to end and talking with y'all, chatting with y'all, and getting a chance to just hang out with my friends. It's always a great night. So that being said, I think we're going to call it here, folks and friends. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. I appreciate it greatly. I will crack on with this army as time goes on. Tomorrow's regular Talkin' Tuesday, there's really not that much going on. I mean, Age of Sigmar 3 is coming out, so that's all the big talk. So, I mean, tomorrow will probably be another chat and build type stream. So we will see all of you tomorrow. I thank you again so much. Love y'all greatly. Love the companionship. And I love being able to talk to you while I'm working on this great hobby of ours. So from all of me here, and there's a lot of me here, I'm Big D. Send out my love to all of you. Thank you so much. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. If you haven't got vaccinated, please go get your shots. I want to see y'all. I want to hang out with y'all. I want to make sure y'all survive. And other than that, I'll see you tomorrow. And for those of you in the real world, I'll see y'all on Saturday. Thank you so much, and have a great evening. And Lady D even says hi too.